The Arabian Peninsula, before the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a land of contrasts and complex social structures. Scorching deserts met bustling trading hubs, and ancient traditions intertwined with daily challenges. Tribalism shaped society, with loyalty to one's clan as a paramount virtue. Social status and honor dictated an individual's standing within the community. Trade connected the Arabian Peninsula with distant regions. Amidst the caravans and marketplaces, moral and spiritual disarray pervaded. The arrival of Islam would dramatically alter Arabian history, ushering in a new era of faith, unity, and social transformation. Understanding these aspects is essential to grasping the transformative power of the message that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, would bring. Apantegi. Pre-Islamic Arabian society was deeply stratified, with a clear division between the elite and the marginalized. Tribal leaders and wealthy merchants wielded significant power and influence. Below them existed a complex web of social classes, each with specific rights and obligations. Artisans, traders, and skilled laborers formed the economic backbone, while slaves occupied the lowest rung. Despite the rigid hierarchy, individuals could gain respect through bravery, eloquence, and generosity. Women in pre-Islamic Arabia occupied a complex position, with autonomy varying by social standing. Noble women often enjoyed greater freedoms, participating in tribal affairs and business ventures. Marriage in pre-Islamic Arabia was a social contract to solidify alliances between families and tribes. The choice of a spouse was determined by lineage, social status, and economic considerations. Polygamy allowed men to have multiple wives to strengthen ties with other clans. Islam later reformed many practices, advocating for monogamy and placing strict regulations on polygamy. The Quran recognized marriage as a sacred bond based on love, compassion, and mutual respect. The status and treatment of women in pre-Islamic Arabia varied significantly. Among nomadic Bedouin tribes, women enjoyed greater freedom and played active roles in daily life. They tended flocks, participated in trade, and engaged in tribal warfare. In settled communities, women faced greater restrictions on movement and autonomy. Honor was paramount, and a woman's virtue was closely tied to her family's reputation. This led to veiling and seclusion for women of higher status. The birth of a daughter was met with mixed emotions, leading to the tragic practice of female infanticide. Islam would later challenge these practices, advocating for the dignity and rights of women. Blood feuds were a common part of pre-Islamic Arabian life, often sparked by disputes over resources, honor, or revenge. These feuds could last for generations, engulfing entire tribes in cycles of violence. Despite this, there were efforts to seek peace and reconciliation. Tribal leaders and elders would mediate disputes, striving to restore harmony. The concept of diya, or blood money, was one means of resolving conflicts and avoiding further violence. As the 6th century drew to a close, the Arabian Peninsula stood on the cusp of profound transformation. The social, economic, and religious landscape was poised for change. The old tribal structures were beginning to strain under increasing trade and cultural exchanges. The stage was set for the arrival of a new message that would challenge the existing order. The world was about to witness the dawn of a new era, paving the way for the rise of Islam and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.